Hey guys, so this is the last episode that I decided to do live on fasting, benefits of fasting, and your ultimate guide to fasting that is based on the book Ultimate Guide to Fasting by Dr. Jason Fung. So this episode, the last episode of the video series on fasting that consists of 3 videos, I decided to do it a little bit differently. So health benefits of fasting, brain benefits, brain health benefits, heart health benefits, gut health benefits, longevity and metabolic health benefits of fasting. You can check that out on my podcast, Food School Podcast, Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner episode that I did yesterday. Today we will talk a little bit about the tricks, tips, and methods, tools that I use to stick with my fasting schedule no matter what, no matter where, no matter when. You can make it harder for yourself or you can make it easier. And a lot of people ask me about my tools, my tricks, that I use to make my fasting easier for myself and to stick with any kind of fasting schedule. So I have a few tools and techniques that I used over the years that I am still using, and I recommend to a lot of my clients and friends to help them to stick with their fasting schedule, because fasting, it's like the thing. It has so many benefits. It has the potential, well, not the potential, but it actually allows your body to use its own ancient wisdom and allows your body to fix itself and fix whatever needs to be fixed in your body, whatever is not exactly working, or just to rejuvenate yourself and your cells. Fasting is probably the best longevity and anti-aging tool that's been invented by Mother Nature. But anyway, so what are the main kind of tools and tricks to use to stick with your fasting schedule? So I have my notebook here. So first, liquids, warm liquids. Things like herbal tea or dark black coffee or green tea. Like here I have my black coffee, nothing added to it, warm coffee. During my fast, my intermittent fast or my longer fast, I usually these days allow myself no non-caloric liquids, like again black coffee or tea. Herbal tea, green tea has additional benefit of actually helping you to reduce your hunger and helping your body to use your own fats for fuel. So green tea is highly recommended by a lot of fasting doctors and professionals who deal with fasting as a therapy to different diseases and just different issues that you might have. So warm liquids. By the way, cold liquids do not do the same trick. You need to have something warm. Sometimes they use bone broth of different kinds, even though bone broth has amino acids and might be not as good for fasting, for cell rejuvenation as non-caloric liquids like tea, green tea, herbal tea, or black coffee. So warm liquids will allow you to make it fasting easier and more tolerable, and just keep your mouth and your stomach busy with some with some liquid warm drinks that you like. And my personal advice also, try different teas, rotate your teas to make fasting more enjoyable and more fun and add variety to your fasting. So try different kinds of teas. This is my tip number 1. Warm liquids. Tip number 2 is no sweeteners, guys. No stevia, no artificial sweeteners, no diet sodas and cokes. Even though it might seem like sweet taste will help you to fast longer and sweet taste will maybe reduce your hunger, it doesn't happen. Your body is not actually stupid. And so when you taste something sweet, when your brain tests something sweet, it expects calories, it expects nutrition, and when it doesn't get it, it demands it. And how? By increasing your hunger. So you're kind of playing against yourself. You're trying to fast, but then you consume some non-caloric sweetener, even stevia, and your hunger will increase after some time. So it will make your fasting actually more difficult. So no sweeteners. Plus sweeteners, even stevia, tend to spike your insulin, sometimes a lot, sometimes not so much. But when your insulin goes up and there is no nutrition coming, again, your hunger will increase. Plus, most of the time, what you're trying to do with your fasting, one of the things that you're trying to do is improve your metabolism, and especially blood glucose metabolism and uptake of glucose into your cells and breaking down your own fats. So you don't want to spike your insulin. So sweeteners is a no-no of any kind when you're doing fasting. Actually, so another tip, tip number 3, one of the nutrients that is beneficial and might help you to fast longer, giving you the most benefits of fasting, is actually fat, pure fat. So for example, coconut oil, or maybe a little bit of grass-fed butter in your tea or in your coffee. That will actually help you to fast longer, and that actually does not spike insulin as much as sweeteners can. So fat actually has the least effect of your insulin levels, and it helps your body to break down fats more efficiently and effectively. So if you want to consume anything besides, non-caloric teas and coffees and water, obviously, if you want to consume anything on your fast, make that pure fat, like coconut oil or MCT oil. MCT oil and coconut oil, by the way, have this additional benefit of giving you the most energy and helping your body to break down your own fats for energy. So MCT is coconut oil, a teaspoon of it, not like a huge, butter stick in your coffee, but a little bit of coconut oil, MCT oil, probably the best thing for your fasting to increase your stickability with fasting and to help you to fast better. So tip number 4 that I have for you today is don't sit in the kitchen or near food. Don't have, snacks looking at you or food near you all the time. Don't look up recipes. Don't read about foods. Don't watch videos about cooking. Don't talk to people about food when you fast, because the more you think about food, the more food is somewhere around you, even, maybe photos of food. The more you're going to think about food, and the more you think about food, the harder it is to stick with your fast, because hunger is mostly in your head, right here. So the more you think about food, the harder it is to actually stick with your fast. So guys, don't consume, don't be around food, don't talk about food, don't think about food, don't look at food. Smells are also very, very potent. If there is one thing I would recommend you to not be around and to avoid as much as possible, food smells. They will trigger your hunger in your head like nothing else, and physiologically too. So don't smell any food, don't be around food smells, try to avoid it as much as possible. So if you're for some reason need to be around food, then try to not plan fasting during that time. So don't have any food triggers around you, because again, the more you think about it, the most probably you're going to end up eating it. Especially smells are very powerful. And the last advice probably is get busy. I had a client, a friend, he had this to-do list on his fridge. So every time he was about to break his fast, when he was not supposed to break it, and when he was about to eat food, he would look at that to-do list on his fridge, and he would pick one item and go and get himself busy. And that's how he sticked with his fasting. So just stay busy. If it requires you to have that to-do list, then do that. 3-day fast. Actually, the hardest time, like first couple of days on fast, are the hardest. 3rd day, that's when the change happens and when it gets easier. So actually doing 1 or 2 days is the hardest part of the fast for most fasts. So you're doing the hardest part and that, but without getting all the benefits. So if you decide to do longer fast, don't do 1 or 2 days. No, either do short fasts like, I don't know, 16 hours a day, 20 hours a day, 24 hours, and still have 1 meal a day, or do longer than 2 days fast. That's where you're getting all the benefits, and that's when it's actually getting easier. And guys, last kind of piece of fasting wisdom is take it one step at a time. Don't try to, from the beginning, fast for the whole day, have 1 meal a day forever, or without any fasting experience, try to fast for 3, 4, 5 days. Take it, step by step. The most important thing is for you to make progress on your journey and meet yourself where you are, not because of some, crazy fasting schedule that somebody else does or somebody else thinks is a good idea for you to do. Do what you can do, what you can imagine yourself doing, and take it step by step. For me, fasting was not easy all the time. Like right now, I eat once a day, almost every day, and I have 23-hour fast every day. But it didn't start that way. It was difficult. Now my lunch or one meal a day happens between 12 and 2. That also is not actually easy because your hunger is the strongest between 7 and 8 p.m. So that's what I would recommend to have your meal, even though metabolically it might not be as good as having your meal earlier in the day. But if you decide also to try 1 meal a day between 7 and 8 p.m., probably hunger-wise, the best time for you to have that meal. What else? And that's it, guys. So use these tips that I gave you. So to recap, what we talked about today is warm liquids to like tea, like green tea especially, that reduces your hunger. Herbal teas, black coffee helps you to stick with your fasting and make it easier. No sweeteners, because sweeteners will increase your hunger and might spike your insulin, even stevia. The best nutrient for fast, to make it easier, the nutrient that has the least effect of your insulin and cell rejuvenation, is fat. So having something like a teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT oil in your coffee or in your tea will help you to stick with your fast the most. Plus, it's gonna have the least amount of effect on your fasting effectiveness. 4, don't sit in the kitchen, don't look at food, don't smell it, don't think about food, don't watch recipes of food while fasting. Bad idea. It's gonna make you eat something. And then 5, get busy. Have to-do list, have something on your mind, be out of the house, be out of the kitchen, be out of food area. Just get busy, stay busy, keep your mind occupied, because your hunger mostly lives right here, not anywhere in your body. So the more you think about food, the least things you have to do, the more likely it is that you will not be able to stick with fasting just because you think about it too much. So hope that helps, guys. I'm going to turn this video into a video that I'm going to post on Instagram TV. So you're not going to forget it, miss out. You can always re-watch it. So check it out later, and thank you again for being here, for watching, and staying tuned. And till next time, try fasting.